Hello, everyone. It's Darlene Taylor, the Recycled Mom, and it is coffee chat time. Grab some coffee, sit down, let's have a chat for a little bit on this Sunday. All right, I'm going to be very mindful of the time today. Today is Sunday, it's Palm Sunday, but it's a Sunday where I have to leave earlier and get back to our church because we're having a choir rehearsal for our Good Friday service. And so I'm going to have to kind of cut it shorter than usual maybe. But I did want to come on and take a little bit of time today. I just finished a chat in our Recycled Mom Facebook group. Sorry about that. And I have a private group on Facebook. We have about 44 members now, and every Sunday afternoon we do a coffee chat in the private group setting. And I started the private group because I wanted to be able to have the opportunity for moms, for women to have a place to talk that was something that YouTube really can't support. You know, it would give us an opportunity to be able to share things that are on a personal level without having to, worry about, who sees us chatting. Can't really get that with YouTube. Can't control that. Can't control who watches and who chats and stuff. But hey, I see 3 people watching. If you are, if you're able, please tell me who you are, where you're watching from. But today I wanted to share, we had a great chat over in our private group and over on Facebook, and I will leave a link down in the description box after this live chat today on how to subscribe to the group. And but if you're on Facebook, you can just search for The Recycled Mom, and you will see the little coffee stain logo. That's the group that you want to join. If you're going to follow the page that goes to my face, that's the Recycled Mom page. But I really love our private group. We're starting to get to know each other in there. Not everybody is available all the time on Sunday, but we do have a great group of people that join us every week, and I just love it. So I hope you'll come and be a part of the group. We have a different kind of chat over there. But today I wanted to just share some things with you about moms, and that moms are leaders too. A lot of times us moms, when we think of leaders, we're thinking of people who are like leaders of a big company, a CEO, or maybe a president of an organization, or something that doesn't apply to motherhood. We think, well, I'm just a mom, or I'm a stay-at-home mom, or I'm a homeschool mom. And a lot of times we don't realize that we are leaders, but we're leaders right in our own home. And the biggest circle of influence that we have right here in our home. And oh, hey Ingrid, happy Palm Sunday. Hi from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Hey, the night owl, how are you today? Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in. I'm just sharing some thoughts on moms are leaders too. And we have a lot of moms, and especially a lot of us homeschool moms and stay-at-home moms, we have the most influence on our children. But if you are a mom who sends your children to a public school situation, or even a daycare, or any other program that you send your kids to, those people have the influence on your children for that time. Public school kids, at least in my area, I'm here in Virginia in the United States, 8 hours a day. These teachers and mentors, have the influence over my children or over our children. But I homeschool, and my husband has gone about 14 hours a day, sometimes more if he gets stuck in traffic coming home, but he's gone for the majority of the day, and I have the most influence on my children. And anyone who influences others is a leader. And that's the thought I have for you today. The night owl says, I'm a single mom who stays at home. Okay. All right. You know what I'm talking about. You have the huge amount of responsibility on you, with your children, being at home with you. Justin Melvin Vog, blah, blah, I can't even say anything today. Justin, hey, how are you doing? Hello from Texas. All right, we've got Texas in the house, and let's see, Mommy and Mia Homeschool Chronicles. You're in New Jersey, I believe, and oh, thanks. All you moms out there are good and awesome moms. Justin, we need to hear that a lot. I think a lot of moms, that's why I started the Recycled Mom, is that, we need that kind of encouragement, that we get so overwhelmed, let so many things come in and get in our thoughts that, it just takes a toll on us. And we need that encouragement, which is why I started the Recycled Mom. You have 4 boys. Oh my goodness. I hope you still have your sanity. Oh my goodness. Love my video. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love to hear that people are watching my videos and that they like them. My thoughts today, and I want to make sure that I stay on time with y'all today. Excuse me, I'm still trying to get over this laryngitis. So, but I wanted to remind you, or maybe just tell you, that anyone who influences another is a leader. Okay, so you don't have to have a bunch of credentials behind your name and certificates on the wall, and whatever, a lot of special training. If you influence someone else, you are a leader. So my question to you today, for those that are on here live and those that are going to be watching later, who is in your circle of influence? Then I want you to, and you need to start like right here, the closed circle. Who is in your circle of influence? Okay, because this is important. First, we're going to go out this way. So I want you to tell me down in the comments, hey, Cookie Crumb Fun, hey, how you doing? Hey, Justin, all you moms need to take a break and let your husbands and dads do stuff. Sometimes we would love to. I know for me, it's hard because I am home like the majority of the time, and my husband, commutes and works long hours. And so I am home most of the day though. So I do get the brunt of the raising my homeschool. So I'm home. The night owl, my sanity is here somewhere. Ingrid says, Mommy and Mia Homeschool Chronicles says, I am a mom who wears multiple hats. It took a lot of time, patience, and experience to find a balance and make it work. And that, I believe, is the key. Balance. Oh my word. Feel better. Yeah, Justin, I'm working on that. I still get a little bit weak when I talk a lot. I had laryngitis, and it took me out for about a week, a little more than a week, and so it was really hard. It's hard to get it back. I'm still not full voice yet, so y'all pray for me so I can be able to sing on Friday. Our church is singing for a Good Friday service, so I want to be able to make it through that. So the night owl says, my church friends and my dad. Oh, okay. Are those your influencers on you, or is that who goes out, or who you influence? Do you influence your church friends or your dad? I know for me, my circle of influence, and I'm talking about me going out this way, is my husband is here and my kids. And then if I would take out the next circle and make another, if you're looking like a target, I'm in the middle, and then my husband and my kids, that's the closest circle of influence that I have. And then outside of there would be, I'm a troop leader for American Heritage Girls. So I have about 20 girls, and also their families that I influence. through that troop, and also a leadership board that we have. And then outside from there would be, people that I go to church with, that I sing with, that I those are other people that I influence. Not that I'm necessarily in charge of them all, but my participation in the choir, for example, is going to influence those around me. Just even in my little section that I sing in the choir, those people that are around me, my worship, my behavior, those things influence those that are around me. I'm not necessarily teaching them, but they are watching me. The attitude and my behavior influences them. If I have a negative attitude and a negative behavior in the choir, then I'm gonna probably be a negative influence on them. I will be. Maybe coworkers. If I worked outside of the home, my coworkers would be out here too. I could influence my coworkers negatively or positively. Okay, so the Night Owl said, you say that church friends and your dad are your inspiration. So my kids and my dad and then the church. Okay. So yeah, this is huge going this way, going out. Oops, did I cut myself off? I hope I didn't. Okay. Sorry. All right. So the influence going out, I had to sit down and I just take a look. I actually, when I say the circles, I drew a circle, I have a journal, and I drew, like myself, and then just like you could draw arrows out, like influence, and the closest people to me. I do influence my husband. I don't like tell him what to do or anything, but we are co-parents, and we are, I know that I can influence him either a good way or a bad way by my behavior. So I hope you can all hear me and still see me, because I just looked over at my screen on my laptop and I see a little that there's nothing wrong there with broadcasting. I hope you can still hear me. So I wanted to share a few thoughts that I had, and also a quote. So hang on a second. I'm going to get it here. Okay, here we go. I had to find out where everything was. I have everything all marked and stuff. But okay, so we've established that you have a circle of influence going out. Now we need to establish what is coming in. So what are the influencers in your life? What is influencing you? Not necessarily just people. For me, I have other women that I go to church with that have been like a mentor to me, and they're older. They have homeschooled children that are now grown. They have gone through college and have their own children. So they are a huge blessing to me as an influence of wisdom and experience this way. Okay, the Night Owl. That's a great idea to journal. It helps a lot. It really does. Just getting the thoughts out there for you to actually see, and actually see your circle of influence. Because once I started going out and looking at just how far my influence will reach, like even out into the community. I was in the wedding planning industry for almost 20 years, and I did not realize how much I was an influencer in the wedding community. And that's just because people, not that I was doing anything, spectacular. I wasn't this huge, sought after wedding planner. I did win a few awards and stuff where I got, like a People's Choice Award from Wedding Wire or something like that. I did get that kind of stuff, but I did not realize how much that my opinions or my thoughts were actually influencing others around me. So it just taking that bit of time to kind of put it all out there was like, wow, I didn't realize that my reach had extended so far. Then I turn around and look at what is influencing me. Where am I getting, what is shaping my attitudes and my beliefs. Now I know I have church. Excuse me again, sorry. I have church that influences me. I told you about the other couple women that I have that are homeschooling moms. That's coming in. But I also look at things like Facebook and YouTube. Who am I following on YouTube? Who am I paying attention to? Who are the people that are that I'm allowing into my life that are going to influence me? I've had to do some very hard things over the last couple years where you have to kind of say no to some friends that, are always just a negative nanny. Negative Nelly, that's kind of what I say, in your life. They just they can be toxic, and you have to say, I'm sorry, but no. I can't be around you. So you have to kind of start breaking relationships off. Even, sometimes this can fall into family where you have to keep your family at bay. I love you, but I'm going to have to keep you out here because you are really, illustration. That's the word I'm looking for. When you clean off a bookshelf, let's say you are going through and you're like, you know what, in my house, I'm going to pull off all the things out of this bookshelf that are negative influences, the things that I don't like, the things that are, that are causing bad things, bad thoughts, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to take all this stuff off the bookshelf that is a negative influence. So you clear it all out, right? You are left with an empty bookshelf. If you leave it empty, you are vulnerable to those negative influences. The church could be, negative friends with positive friends, negative music with good music. I wonder if me moving around is causing problems with this microphone. Or it could be, hopefully it's not my voice cutting out. Whoa. Okay, good. Okay. So the lovely thing about like television is you have the power. You have the power to change that channel or just not watch that program, right? So for us, this is where me and my husband and where we're all at in our family. But if there's a program that we find that we have started watching and we got invested in, but we found out that it's becoming a negative influence, or it's sucking too much of our time, that kind of thing, then we have just said, you know what, we're not going to watch this anymore. And it has been it would be a sacrifice, because sometimes you get involved in a TV show and you really want to watch it, but you know what, if that can be, if we can say no to that and then yes to something positive, I mean, really, it's just a television show, right? We have the power to allow what we want into our lives. You have the power to say, yes, I will let you in, or no, I will not let you in. You have that power. But a lot of the times, I wrote a blog post about this where we have to be willing to walk this path alone. We have to be willing to be comfortable with, okay, I've made this decision that, okay, I'm not going to have you in my life, or I'm not going to have these negative things in my life. I'm going to go down this road. And sometimes that means you will have to be alone. Maybe not for a long time, but you may not have a lot of people on your path. You may not have a lot of, you may be traveling down this road and be solo. And you have to be comfortable with that. I have to be comfortable with that, hey, you know what? Being in leadership or making this decision is, I might be standing alone on this. Or my family is going to be going down this road and we're going to be kind of alone in this area because of the stance that we've taken. But if it is healthy for me, if it is healthy for my family, then it's worth it. Again, you have the power to say yes or no to what you are allowing in. You don't have to like every single thing on YouTube or Facebook. You don't have to be on every social media app or platform out there. You can say no to something, and it's healthy that you do. And I think as moms, we're just like, I don't want to say no to that person because I don't want to be alone, or I don't want them to be upset with me. But you know what? We need to get to that point, ladies, where we are comfortable with the decision that we've made to go down this path. For instance, for us, it was like homeschool. There was a long time where I was just like, man, I'm not sure if what we did was the right thing. And when I got to that point, I would stop, and then I would say, I would remember why we started doing it in the first place. This is why. This is my why for homeschooling was this, and for this reason, and that's never changed. My why for whatever it would be, cleaning out, our movies, or our I'm trying to think of all this stuff, like our music or whatever, to replace it with better stuff for us that was better and inspiring and uplifting. Some people won't understand our decisions, but it was healthy for us, and we needed to do that. So we had to accept that we might be kind of alone on this path. The night owl, what are the challenges of homeschooling? Oh my word, I don't know if I have enough time for that today. Oh my goodness, right. Challenges of homeschooling. I'm gonna have to maybe do a video on that for you or something, because that is a huge question. There's a lot of sorry. Yeah. Because I just noticed I'm gonna maybe be able to take just a few more minutes, but I think the biggest challenge, and this is me speaking, with homeschooling, is that you are always with your children. And that's good, but it can also be bad. I say bad, I say that lovingly, okay? So nobody bash me. Maybe I need to call you, okay? You'll have to send me an email. Hey, you know what? Hey, if you've got questions, let me tell this to everybody on the chat. You can email questions or things to me. You can actually email it to questions@therecycledmom.com. questions@mom.com. You can email me things, if you've got questions you want me to answer on a live chat, or maybe do a video or other things. Just send me an email, and I'll be happy to respond to you that way. Maybe that's how we can trade emails or phone numbers, that kind of thing. But I know that the biggest challenge for me over the years, and especially when my kids were little, was that I was always with my children. My husband and I don't have any family near us. And we were involved in a church, and so we did have a church family, like people say. But even then, it wasn't where I really didn't have very many opportunities to be able to leave my children and just go away for a little bit. Couldn't just leave them with grandma and grandpa. Those opportunities were very rare. So for me, the biggest challenge of homeschooling was that I was always with my children, and and the good thing was that I've got to see everything. I've gotten to see all of their accomplishments and achievements and victories, and from everything from first words, first steps, to all of their mistakes and their defeats and their falls. I've been through all of it. But and that's been a blessing. But on the downside for me was that I just needed a break, and my goodness, can you imagine being with your kids 24/7? And not getting a little bit of a break. I like that break time. I like that, being able to just breathe for a little bit. And with homeschooling, you are with them all the time. And when they want you to be, mommy, play with me, and you're just like, yeah, it does get, to me, that was the biggest challenge. Like I said, so it's a mixed blessing. And Mommy and Mia Homeschool Chronicles says the biggest challenge for homeschooling is the feeling of inadequacy. Yep, that's right up there with the other one I just said too. Feeling of self-doubt in our abilities to teach our children. Yeah, that is right up there with me, is the self-doubt in my ability. And I totally agree with you, Ingrid, on that one. That is, it's like a dual challenge. One is time and the other one is ability, and they just, for me, they both go together. So I'm totally with you on that. And great. Then I will actually look forward to seeing an email from you. But let me give you all just a final thing about us being leaders. And this quote comes, it's actually an anonymous quote, but it is in a book that is written by Toller. And he was former vice president of John Maxwell's In Joy Ministries. And he worked with Zig Ziglar, Rick Warren, just to name a couple of people. But he had some thoughts on family, about leaders in the family. And he says, or he uses this quote, "It is a wise father who knows his child, but maybe it's a very wise child who takes time to know his father." Okay, the quote again is, "It is a wise father who knows his child, but maybe it's a very wise child who takes time to know his father." So that kind of brings me to this point of we're spending time getting to know our children. So as moms, I'm going to take this down to the mom level, and we're getting to know our children, but they're getting to know us. So there's this mutual, again, this brings me back to the influence thing, the influence that goes out plus the influence this way, that what is influencing me is going to filter through me and out into all of these people I have influence with. So I leave you with that. Leaders make sure that of all the people who compete for their attention, that their families get first priority. Leaders guard home base. So mamas, stay-at-home mamas, you all guard home base, and not just your physical home, but this home as well. This home, your heart right here, and this home. Guard what is coming in, okay? Because it's going to go out this way. All right? Thanks for tuning in, and I'm going to see you next week here on YouTube for Coffee Chat. I will catch you later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.